So I want to talk to you today about the banished ones who never left. It has been long believed that the Fae, those mysterious shimmering beings of lore, were driven out of our world, exiled to some distant dimension or hidden realm beyond the veil. But such tales only scratch the surface of a deeper truth. The Fae were not banished. They did not disappear. They merely became less visible, more elusive, retreating into the folds of mist and memory, whispering through the leaves and the silence between worlds. In truth, the Fae live on, not in remote glades and sacred groves, but within us. Among us, many possess the blood of the Fae, descendants of a forgotten lineage, tethered to forces greater than ourselves, yet distinct from the divine. We are not the big God with the capital G, but we are powerful. We are grounded in the material, but we are ceaselessly aiming towards the liminal. Those of Fey heritage are deeply connected to our earth, the sea, the wind, the fire. Our true power awakens in natural spaces, the hush of a forest, the pull of the tide, the flicker of starlight. Across every culture and time, the stories of the Fae persist. They are the watchers, they are the tricksters, they are the guides, and they are the guardians. Present in Celtic glens, African rivers, Asian mountains, and Andean skies, this video traces the thread of the Fae across cultures through our inner worlds, revealing the truth that the Fae never left. They've always been right here amongst us. So let's define the Fae. They're more than just folklore. When most people hear the word Fae, they often picture the sanitized winged sprites of children's stories or the playful mischief of a Tinkerbell in Disney. But the true Fae are much older, more complex, and far more powerful. The Fae are the elemental. They are otherworldly beings who inhabit thresholds between night and day, life and death, this world and the next. They are as beautiful as they are terrifying, as generous as they are wrathful. The Fae embody contradiction. They are nature incarnate, but they are not a single race, but a category of beings. They are beings of the in-between. They include the spirits of land and water, the shapeshifters, the guides, the seducers, and the sacred tricksters. They are rarely, in our human sense, able to be easily categorized. But they do respect laws of reciprocity, of balance. To insult them is to risk misfortune. To honor them is to invite protection and blessing. Fae are archetypes of transformation. They remind us that nothing is fixed and that the natural world is alive with consciousness. In many cultures, the Fae are not merely myths, they are relatives, they are ancestors, they are echoes of our own forgotten selves. Let's talk about the Celtic and the Norse traditions, the ancient kin. Perhaps the most well-known Fae traditions come from Celtic mythology, particularly in Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. The Tuatha De Danann, ancient beings of great power and beauty, were said to have come to Ireland in ships shrouded in mist. When humans arrived, the Tuatha retreated underground, becoming the Aeshi, the people of the mounds. These Shi are the origin of the word fairy, but they are far more potent and dangerous than any modern depictions could ever suggest. They dwell in hollow hills and across the veil in the other world, a parallel realm of magic and eternal twilight. Encounters with the Shi are transformative, but also unpredictable. They are the hallmarks of Fey contact. In Norse mythology, the concept of the Fey beings is similarly rich. The elves, or the Althar, and the dwarves, the Vergar, are spiritual races with their own realms. The elves are luminous, ethereal beings connected to fertility and inspiration. The dwarves are deep earth dwellers and master craftsmen, creator of enchanted tools and weapons. The Norse also believed in the Landvitae, the land sprites, who protected specific places and demanded respect from humans. These beings were more than mere fantasy. They were integral to daily life and survival, woven into the fabric of the natural world. Both Celtic and Norse traditions emphasize the importance of the thresholds, times and places where the veils between worlds are thin, such as Samhain, which is Halloween, or the solstices. In these moments, the Fae and the ancestors walk among us, reminding us that we too belong to both worlds. One of the Fae in Africa, the spirits of nature and fire. In many African traditions, the line between the physical and the spiritual worlds is fluid. The spirits are everywhere, in rivers, in trees, in wind, in stones. The Yoruba people of Nigeria speak of the Orisha, the divine spirits who govern the elements of nature and human behavior. While not Fey in the European sense, the Orisha embody the same elemental powers and liminality. Some, like Oshun, the goddess of fresh waters and sensuality, or Eshu, the trickster and guardian of crossroads, share striking traits with the Western Fae. In northern Africa, the Jinn occupy a complex space in Islamic tradition. Often feared and revered, the Jinn are invisible beings made of smokeless fire. They live alongside humans, sometimes interfering in human affairs. Like the Fae, they can grant boons, they can deceive, they can punish. They dwell in abandoned places and crossroads and must be treated with caution and the utmost of respect. Across the continent, ancestor spirits are often believed to take on Fae-like roles, appearing in dreams, guiding choices, or even hiding from view unless ritually approached. These spirits are not gone, they are transformed. They are waiting in the whisper of leaves and the rustle of wind for those who remember just how to listen. So what about the Fae across Asia, the shapeshifters, the spirits, and those of sacred mischief? Asia is teeming with Fae-like beings, nature spirits, tricksters, shapeshifters, and gods who walk the line between divine and earthly. In Japan, the yokai and the kami form an intricate tapestry of spirits, some absolutely terrifying, some somewhat endearing, many both. The kami are revered as divine spirits residing in natural elements, in the trees, in the rocks, and the waterfalls. The Shinto shrines are often built to house them, and the offerings maintain harmony between humans and spirit beings. Meanwhile, the yokai range from fox spirits to animate umbrellas to shape-shifting women, often interacting with humans in mysterious and sometimes even humorous ways. China's spiritual folklore includes fox spirits, the Hulijing, the dragons, the mountain immortals, and the river goddesses, all with Fae-like characteristics. The Hulijing, like the Kitsune in Japan, are shape-shifting beings of great beauty and cunning. They often seduce humans, granting them gifts or illusions. In Taoist lore, immortals dwell in sacred mountains, walking between the human and spirit worlds in search of wisdom and balance. In India, ancient Vedic and Hindu cosmologies are filled with Fae-adjacent beings. The Apsaras, the celestial nymphs, the Yakshas, the nature spirits and the guardians of treasures, the Devas, the gods of light and elements. These beings interact with mortals, bestowing beauty, mischief, or even enlightenment. In each case, the theme is consistent. These spirits live in the thresholds, guiding those who see with heart and soul. What of the Americas? The whispering spirits of land and sky. Indigenous cultures of the Americas hold some of the oldest and most profound connections to the spirit world. In North America, many native tribes speak of little people, the small elusive beings who live in forests, caves, and beneath the hills. Like the European Fae, they can bless or curse, offer guidance, or play tricks, depending on how they are treated. They are seen as guardians of nature as well as balance. In Mesoamerican traditions, Aztec and Maya lore includes nature spirits, rain gods, and animal guides with Fae-like qualities. The Aluks of the Maya, for example, are tiny beings said to live in the wild and guard the land. Offerings are made to them when building on sacred land, echoing the European practice of leaving gifts for the Fae. In South America, the Andean peoples honor Apus, the spirit guardians of the mountains, and Pachamama, the Earth Mother. Shamans communicate with these beings during ritual journeys, often with the aid of plant medicine. These spirits are alive, they're present, and they're deeply concerned with balance, just like the Fae of other traditions. Even in the Caribbean and Afro-diasporic traditions like Vodou, Santeria, and Candomblé, you have Fae-like spirits that appear. Loa and Orissas walk with the living, ride them in trance, and manifest in the wind, fire, and water. Each has its own preferences, its own personalities, colors, and offerings. These are not dead religions. These are living Fae paths. So what of the Fae within us? What does it mean to say the Fae live within us? It means that we carry echoes of the ancient beings who once walked in full light. We are not fully human in the mundane sense. We are born with sensitivity to nature, to dreams, to music, and to mystery. We crave the wild. We resist constraint. We seek beauty and truth, often at a cost. Those with Fey heritage tend to be the empaths, the artists, the healers, the visionaries, and the outsiders. We move between worlds, socially, spiritually, and sometimes even physically. Modern society, with its noise and its numbness, often silences these traits. Children who speak to trees are told to grow up. Adults who feel too deeply are medicated, yet the Fae in us never dies. It waits, it flickers in dreams, it returns in grief, and it awakens during moments of awe when we walk barefoot upon the natural earth or lose ourselves in music and dance. We remember who we are. The Fae soul is intuitive. It communicates with symbols and synchronicities. It resists lies and demands authenticity. It speaks through art, poetry, and vision. Fae-blooded people often struggle to fit in, not because they are broken in any way, but because they are ancient and misunderstood. So how do we reclaim our Fae nature? Well, to awaken the Fae within, we must return to what is real. The earth beneath our feet, the stars above our heads, and the rhythm of our breath. We must spend time in nature, not just for escape, but for communion with that we hold dear. The forest is a cathedral, the ocean is a teacher, the wind is a friend. We can leave offerings, we can speak our truth, and we can listen deeply. Ritual is key, whether lighting a candle or drawing a sigil or making tea with intention or dancing under the moon. Ritual re-enchants the world. It reminds us that everything is alive. Sacred spaces, even small ones, give the Fae within us room to move, room to breathe, room to be ourselves. We must also unlearn the shame that society puts on all of these things, on the magic, on the softness, on the wonder, on the emotion, on the feeling. The Fae are not a fantasy, they are family, and we are, in our own way, yearning to return to these ways. Across cultures and continents, across time and tide, the Fae have endured. They are not confined to Irish hills or European folklore. They live in African flames, in Asian mountains, in American forests and Andean peaks. But more importantly, they live within us. We are their descendants. We are their children. We are their echoes. We are their legacy. To walk the Fae path is to escape the world so as to awaken deeper. We are meant to be stewards of nature, artists of energy, and singers of soul. The Fae in us calls us home, not to a place, but to a way of being. When we honor that call, we remember, we reclaim, we rise, and the veil is not out there, the veil is within us, and for those who know how to look, the Fae have never left. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.